Mention you different types of matrices based on the rows and columns and based on the diagonal elements and everything. And now still in the last class I mentioned you two different types of matrices like symmetric and skew symmetric, and in this class some more types of matrices. If a square is equals to a, that in the sense multiplication of a matrix with itself results as again a itself. Okay, so I have a matrix A, multiply that matrix with itself. If the result is again the same matrix, then we say that particular matrix as idempotent. Whereas a square is equals to I. So if I have a matrix A, multiply that matrix with itself, then in that case, if the result is an identity matrix, then which is called as involutory. Here I think we are all aware that I in the sense is an identity. Identity matrix means the diagonal elements are ones and all the remaining elements are zeros. Okay. Whereas coming to the periodic matrix, so if a power k plus 1 is equals to a, then it is mentioned as periodic, and this k is mentioned as its periodicity. Okay. So I have a matrix here. Multiply a with itself, you will get a square. Again multiply with a, you will get a cube. Again multiply with a, you will get a power 4. Like that, if you continue after certain stage, if you have that a power some number is equals to again a, then in that case that matrix is mentioned as periodic matrix. Okay, and the next thing is nilpotent matrix. So just like as we multiplied, so a into a square into a cube into a power 4, like that you will get every time. Okay, so if after certain stage, if a power n is equals to 0, then that matrix is mentioned as nilpotent matrix, and that n is mentioned as the order of nilpotency. Okay, so here n is mentioned as order of nilpotency. And that matrix A is mentioned as nilpotent matrix. Okay, and the next thing is orthogonal matrix. Orthogonal matrix means A into A transpose is equals to A transpose into A is equals to I. For suppose if I have a matrix A, if I multiply that matrix A with its transpose, it results I. Just think about it. Okay, A and its transpose. You are all aware of writing the transpose of a matrix. You just multiply A with its transpose or A transpose with A. In both the cases, if the result is the identity, then in that case we say that A as orthogonal. Okay, just observe these definitions and these types of matrices, and now we are going to solve, we are going to identify some examples for all these matrices. Okay, just have a look. Just look at the board. Related to the types of matrices, I mentioned here some examples, or you may take as problems. First one is check whether the given matrix is idempotent or not. How to check whether it is idempotent or not? See, as we discussed, the matrix is mentioned as idempotent if A square is equals to A. So I have A, you just multiply A with A, then you will get A square. If the result is again A, then in this case it is idempotent, or otherwise it is not idempotent. Whereas coming to B, we need to check the type of this matrix. Since we are discussing in the context of idempotent, involutory and nilpotent, like that, so this is a matrix. You just take this matrix as some x is equals to 0 1 1 0, then you just try to find x square and then try to find x cube. Like that, if you continue, if this x square is equals to x again, we call it as idempotent matrix. Or otherwise, if x square is equals to identity means, I think you all know, identity is just simply 1 0 0 1, then in this case we say it as involutory. Or otherwise, if either x square or x cube or x power 4 is equals to a 0 matrix, then we say it as nilpotent. Like that we need to check. Okay, and whereas coming to the bit C, we need to show it as nilpotent. Since they mentioned that to show it this B matrix is nilpotent, first of all you just start with B and then try to find B square and then find B cube. Like that you just continue. After a certain stage, maybe after 3 steps or after 4 steps, you will get the result as 0 matrix. Since the result is a zero matrix, then it is mentioned as a nilpotent matrix. Okay, and see here in this case in particularly, see you will get that b power 3 is equals to 0. That in the sense multiplication of b for 3 times, if you do, you will get a zero matrix, and that's why it is mentioned as nilpotent. And in that case, since b cube is equals to 0, this 3 is mentioned as the order of nilpotency or index of nilpotency. Okay, whereas in the last case we need to show or anything, okay, you need to check whether this A is orthogonal or not. We have a definition for orthogonality. Orthogonal is just simply multiplication of A with its transpose gives us identity. So you need to check simply by multiplying A and A transpose. If it is identity, then we say it as orthogonal, or otherwise it is not orthogonal. So all these problems are related to the types of matrices like idempotent, involatory, nilpotent and orthogonal. But to check whether they are that type or not, just you need to move with the multiplication of matrices. Since we are very familiar with the multiplication of matrices, and now it is very easy to check or to show whether they are in that type or not. Okay, just have a look. You need to complete all the problems. Just have a look. You just pay your attention on the orthogonal matrix. See, orthogonal matrix. A matrix is mentioned as orthogonal if A into A transpose is equals to A transpose into A is equals to identity. Okay. See, among all the different types of matrices, orthogonal is somewhat special. Okay. Why it is special in the sense, usually you will get questions related to the orthogonal matrix in JEE mains as well as in our state board competitions also. Okay. So see, repeatedly 2 to 3 times you have a question from this orthogonal matrix in JEE mains. Since it is important in exam point of view, we need to pay some more attention on this orthogonal matrix, and that's why I mentioned here orthogonal matrix as 18 point. So here I am going to give you some different results or observations related to the orthogonal matrix. Okay, the first thing you need to note that a matrix is mentioned as orthogonal if A into A transpose is equals to A transpose into A is equals to I. That's the basic definition. And the next thing is, see that I have an example here. So A is equals to 1 by 3, 1 2 2, 2 1 minus 2, 2 2 1. So I need to check whether it is orthogonal or not. Okay, it's an example actually, but I am going to check. So how to check whether it is orthogonal or not? To check, the task is just nothing but multiplication of A with A transpose. See, this is A as given, and from this A I need to write A transpose. A transpose is simply nothing but interchanging the rows and columns of the given matrix. This is A, and A transpose is nothing but 1 by 3 is a constant outside of the matrix, so just take like that. And then whereas coming to the elements of the matrix, here the first row is 1 to 2. Okay, here the first row is 1 to 2, so you need to write the first column as 1 to 2. And here the second row is 2 and 2, and you need to write the second column as 2 and 2. Whereas here the third row is 2 minus 2 1, then you need to take here the third column as 2 minus 2 1. That's it. Okay, so at the end what happens? See, if you look there, A transpose is simply the interchanging of rows and columns. Now to check whether it is orthogonal or not, you need to start with consider A into A transpose. Okay, this is A and that is A transpose. Just write at a time. A is 1 by 3, 1 2 2, 2 1 2, 2 minus 2 1 into A transpose is again 1 by 3 times of that 1 2 2, 2 1 minus 2, 2 2 1. Okay, and that is equals to, just look here, 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 is 1 by 9. Okay, 1 by 9 times of, so now we multiplication. How can we go with the multiplication? This first row with this first column, and then first row with the second column, and then first row with the third column. Like that we need to calculate, and each and every step sum of the corresponding elements. Okay, so 1 into 1 is 1, directly I am writing. 2 into 2 is 4, plus again 2 into 2 is 4. So this is the first element of the resultant matrix. Okay, and the next, so 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 1 is 2, Again 2 into 2 is what? 2. Okay, just have a look. Just look there, there is a small mistake happened here, okay? Here also we need to take minus. Since here it is minus, and again here we need to take again minus. So this is minus 2 again, okay? And now, so here again it is minus 2. Now if you are going to multiply this 1 into the first element is okay, whereas coming for the second element, 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into minus 2 here we need to try, and that is minus 4. Then coming to the third element, this first row with the third column, 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, and 2 into 1 is plus 2. Right. Whereas coming for the second row elements, we will get the second row elements by multiplying this second row with the corresponding columns. Okay. So 2 into 1 is 2, 1 into 2 is 2, and then this second row with the first column. Okay. Right, here it is minus 2, right? So I need to take here also minus 2, okay? That's the problem. 2 into 1 is 2, 1 into 2 is 2, minus 2 into 2 is minus 4, right? Then second row with the second column. 2 into 2, 4, plus 1 into 1 is 1, minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4. Again, whereas coming for the third element, 2 into 2, 4, 1 into minus 2, minus 2, minus 2 into 1, minus 2. Like that, we will write the elements of the third row by multiplying third row with each and every of the third columns there. 2 into 1, minus 4, plus 2, 2 into 2, 4, minus 2, and then 1 into minus 2. Again 2 into 2, 4, minus 2 into minus 2, plus 4, 1 into 1 is plus 1. Okay, that's the thing. So if you are comfortable with multiplication, then you feel it as an easy task. Otherwise it may create you some confusion there, okay? And at the end, A into A transpose is this. So you just identify the values now. If you identify 1 plus 4 plus 4 is just simply nothing but 9. Because of the space concern, I am writing there itself. And then this 2 plus 2 minus 4 is 0. And 2 plus 2 minus 4 is 0. And again this element is 0. This element is 9. This element is 0. And if you simplify, it becomes 0. It becomes 0. It becomes 9. Okay, and outside there is 1 by 9. So we know the scalar multiplication of the matrix. Since we are multiplying with 1 by 9 the whole matrix, you need to multiply each and every element of the matrix with 1 by 9. So if you move in such a manner, if you multiply each and every element of the matrix with 1 by 9, then this A into A transpose, from this simplification you will get that 1 by 9 into 9 is 1, 1 by 9 into 0 is 0, 1 by 9 into 0 is 0, 1 by 9 into 0 is 0, 1 by 9 into 9 is 1, 1 by 9 into 0 is 0, and again you will get that 0, 0, 1. This 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 is simply nothing but identity matrix. And at the end you have that A into A transpose is equals to I, and hence we confirm that A is orthogonal. Okay, so just here I did the multiplication of A into A transpose. In a similar manner, if you multiply this A transpose with this A, again you will get that identity. Okay, see, actually commutative property is not there for the matrices. Not there in the sense, sometimes A into B is equals to B into A, and sometimes it may not happen. Whereas for this type of problems, A into A transpose, here it is I, and if you check, A transpose into A is again I, and at the end we will confirm that A has orthogonal. Okay, just have a look, and then I will give you some observations related to this example as well as related to the orthogonal matrix. First of all, you just go through the discussion. Okay, just look at the board. Here this A is equals to 1 by 3, 1 to 2, 2 1 minus 2, 2 minus 2 1 is orthogonal, just we proved. And one more thing is, this is again symmetric also. As we discussed in the last class, see, the elements in the upper diagonal and the lower diagonal are same. Okay, if you write the transpose, again you are getting the same matrix, right? So you may call it as symmetric also. Okay, but here our discussion is about orthogonality, so don't think about that symmetrical, just leave about it. Okay, so this A actually becomes symmetric as well as orthogonal, right? So now the next thing is, This is an example for the orthogonal matrix. So once you just observe the elements of this matrix. So how the elements are there here. A is equals to 1 by 3 times of this. If I send this 1 by 3 into the matrix, then A is equals to, it becomes like this. 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and 1 by 3. Okay. So now at the end, this is the orthogonal matrix. And now if you observe this, okay, if you observe this, sum of the squares of the elements of each row or each column is 1. Okay, that's one observation. Actually, there is a separate theory to develop that point, and I will give you that also. If you just observe it, so this is first row, we know that, okay, row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, and you are familiar that this is column 1 and this is column 2, whereas this is column 3. You just choose any row or any column, and sum of the squares of the elements in that row or column is 1. Okay, here one observation. Okay, what I am going to mention for you is sum of elements in any row or column, sum of squares, actually sum of squares of elements in any row or column is 1. Okay, it happens for every orthogonal matrix, but here we are just checking that, we are just observing that one. Okay, so for suppose if you take any row as you wish, for suppose if you choose this R2, you just square the elements. The first element is 2 by 3 and its square is simply what? 4 by 9, right? The square of that 2 by 3 is 4 by 9, plus, and the second element is 1 by 3, its square is 1 by 9, and third element is minus 2 by 3, its square is 4 by 9. If you add this, you will get 1. So not only for the second row, you may choose first row, first column, third column, any column or any row as you wish, you just choose, and then do the sum of the squares of the elements, and the result is always 1. That's one observation from the orthogonality. Okay, and another observation is, see, if you multiply the elements of one row with the elements of the other row, the result becomes 0. Is it clear? So the next observation, what I am going to mention here, it is, the next observation is, yeah, that's the next observation. Okay, yeah, what I am going to do, sum of products of corresponding elements of one row with other row is 0. These two are the basic observations, and these two observations happens for every orthogonal matrix. Here just we are observing for the given orthogonal matrix, and we can apply it for any orthogonal matrix. So once again, if you just look there, you may choose any 2 rows or you may choose any 2 columns, okay, as your wish. Okay, any 2 rows or 2 columns. Okay, right, don't choose 1 row and 1 column like that. Okay, you need to choose any 2 rows or any 2 columns. For suppose if you choose column 1 and column 2, you just multiply their corresponding elements. 1 by 3 into 2 by 3 is simply 2 by 9. 2 by 3 into 1 by 3 is simply 2 by 9. And then 2 by 3 into minus 2 by 3 is simply minus 4 by 9, and the result is 0. Is it right? And that's the second observation from here. Okay. So at the end, we can see it is easy to conclude it again. How can we conclude? Okay, I am erasing this. First of all, you just identify it. You just keep in your mind that for every orthogonal matrix, sum of the squares of the elements in any row or column is 1, as well as the sum of the products of elements of one row or one column with the corresponding elements of another row or another column will give us 0. Okay, as I mentioned you, there are some previously asked questions related to the orthogonal matrix from the previous examinations, and that's why it is somewhat necessary to memorize all these things. Okay, right. For suppose if I have a matrix here, if I generalize this these observations, for suppose if I have a matrix, some A is equals to the elements containing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, this is a matrix, and I am confirming that is orthogonal. If A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I is orthogonal, then what will happen? Then as per the discussion, observation what we did now, then for that observation, sum of the squares of the elements in each row and each column is 1. Okay. See, since this is orthogonal actually, what we need to do, since this is orthogonal, we need to check whether it is confirmed that A into and A transpose is 1. Since A into A transpose is 1, you need to take matrix A as well as matrix A transpose, multiply these two and equalize it to identity. Then if you do that, then automatically you will get that idea. What is that idea? If you multiply A with A transpose and the result you just equalize it to identity, from there you will get that sum of the squares of the elements in what I mentioned you. Any row, okay? A square plus B square plus C square is equals to D square plus E square plus F square. Okay? Is equals to G square plus H square plus I square is equals to 1. Is it right? Or otherwise you have a chance to multiply A transpose with A. Then in that case you will get that A square plus D square plus G square is equals to B square plus E square plus H square is equals to C square plus F square plus I square is equals to 1. You just go with any row or you may go with any column, and that sum of the squares gives us 1. Okay, right? Otherwise you just take any two columns, any two rows. Okay, then in that case you just multiply the corresponding elements. AD plus BE plus CF is equals to 0. Or you may take these two columns, then in that case you will get that BC plus EF plus HI is equals to 0. Memorizing all these things in terms of A, B, C, D, E, F is somewhat complicated, but you just memorize those results. One result is sum of the squares of the elements from any row and any column is 1, and the other result is sum of the products of the corresponding elements of any two rows and any two columns is 0. That's what you need to memorize. Okay, memorizing in terms of ABCs gives you somewhat more confusion. Okay, just leave about it and then you just observe that. Okay, right, just have a look. One more observation from this orthogonal matrix is A into A transpose is equals to A transpose into A is equals to I. In the last class I mentioned you about the properties of the matrices for multiplications, where we mentioned you related to the inverse of the matrix. So for suppose if A into B is equals to B into A is equals to I, then we say that A and B are inverses of one another. B is the inverse of A and A is the inverse of B, and in that case we mentioned that B is equals to A inverse. It is just a notation, as I mentioned you at the properties of matrices. If you combine these two, this A into A transpose is equals to A transpose into A is equals to I, just looks like this AB is equals to BA is equals to I. So if you combine these two, therefore it is very clear that A transpose is the inverse of A, whereas A is the inverse of A transpose. So with this property, if A is orthogonal, you have this property, and with this property it is very clear that inverse of A is simply its orthogonal matrix, as well as inverse of its transpose is again simply the matrix itself. Okay, just have a look.